Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
Hey, welcome back, No Comfort Zone Nation. It's Friday, it's beautiful outside, and I hope this podcast finds you well. All dressed up and nowhere to go. You know, there's a lot of things that are happening right now. Today, I think, is March 13th. A lot of things happening in the world right now, and a lot of people are in a situation where their focus is drawn towards things that maybe don't need to be there. Everyone's focusing on the same thing, and it's causing a lot of fear and anxiety. And even for myself, the other day before my speaking event, when I woke up, I checked the cabinet to see how much toilet paper we have. Who does that? You know, where's my mind going? So I want us to keep it focused, and I want to keep it on point. Today's message is brought to you by the No Comfort Zone, helping you get out of your comfort zone so you can live on purpose. I love saying that because it's so true. You can get so comfortable, caught up in fear and anxiety, and then what everyone's doing is this, all dressed up and nowhere to go and hoping and waiting. You know, there's some people that are actually like, cool, man, I don't have to go to work. What is the government going to do for me? What is my employer going to do for me? There's a lot of nonsense when that happens. This is the exact time for you to, the fear in reality is this. There's nothing to be afraid of, you know. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Well, check this out. Instead of focusing on worrying, waiting, and wondering what's going to happen next, why don't you do something? You know, when I was a kid, I was bored, which was a lot. My mom used to tell me, you know what, if you're bored, go what? Do something. And I'm here to tell you that it's time for you to do something. Here's where the No Comfort Zone blueprint, that, you know, aware, identify, decide, and take action. Here's where the action becomes massive action. And it's immediate action, because the longer that you get caught up in fear and anxiety, it's going to turn into overwhelm. And after a long time, it's going to turn into anger and depression. Control your emotions now and just do something. I'm talking about this from a point of view where, as I work with employees, and we all have something that we have to do on a regular basis, in the back of everyone's mind is that fear. I want to go to safety and security. I'm going to go run out and buy toilet paper. What's going to happen this weekend? Well, truth be told, now's the time for us to start kicking ass. You know, get some backbone. You know, quit being so afraid of everything. Now, in the reality is, if something bad does happen, well, guess what? You're going to have to deal with it then. I always tell you that, you know, you're either going into adversity, you're coming out of adversity, or you're in the middle of it right now. I look at it, we're coming out of adversity. The worst is over. And what I mean by that is, okay, everyone freaked out for 2 seconds. Now let's get back to work. Let's get back to normal. Let's get back to living our lives so we can focus on other things. Friends, families, what we're going to do tonight when we get out. You know, where are we going to go? If you don't have a job, what are you going to do to get a job? If you're working on that relationship, now's the time to continue to work on that relationship by becoming a better version of yourself. You see where I'm going with this? I just passed by a retail organization and I saw everybody really dressed up. It's pretty early in the morning, really dressed up, and hands in pockets. And what I want to tell you, everyone's dressed up like 3-piece suits, and it's a retail place, and everyone's got the look on their face like there's no urgency. Everyone's got that scared look. And I experienced that in my own place too. But really what we need to do is come together and be like, what are we going to do? Who are we going to reach out to? What's the message we're going to be sending? What actions can we create? If we create a little bit of action now, an hour from now, we'll create more reactions, right? Isn't that the way it works? So when you're in a business like I am now, like after 9/11 happened, I'm not comparing the two at all. I'm just saying America's focus was in one area. Everyone was thinking about the same thing after 9/11. And now everybody's thinking about this all over the world. And here's just I want to tell you this. Now is the ideal time for you to reach out and connect with people to change their focus. back in the day, I had a lot of customers, and I wasn't calling them to sell anything. I had good relationships. I used to call people just to check in on them. How you doing? What's going on? Try to say something funny. Try to say be lighthearted. Invite them in for whatever I can invite them in for. No charge or anything that I wouldn't charge for. But what I was saying is basically I want to connect with you. And I'll tell you, a lot of people remember that, more so than I thought. I was just bored and I want to call people. So I just realized that, I want to connect with people. What's going on with you and your family? How you doing? What's happening? Yeah, this is a bad situation we're in right now. I really was just checking in on you and wanted to make sure you're okay. But if you're not connected with people, if you're in a transactional type of relationship, meaning, you're in business and it's just business and there's no rapport really outside from business rapport, well, what you're really doing is you're really hurting the relationship, because at the end of the day, when you're all dressed up and there's nowhere to go and you have nobody to talk to, what are you getting dressed up for? If you want to feel better about yourself, great, go feel better about yourself. But really, as I said yesterday in my speaking event, which by the way, it was a little weird. It was really weird. I just could not seem to get the room to be like as energetic. Yet I look at myself and I'm like, was that a direct reflection of me? There was great content given and I had some great feedback, and especially after the event, people reached out to me. But during the event, maybe it was too sterile, I don't know. But I said it yesterday in my event, is that, it's really that time. It is always that time when you find yourself, you got to get out of your own way. And this life is not about you anymore. When you become a leader and when you are a leader, you realize that everything you do and say is a way to impact in a positive way your organization. And if you don't have leadership skills, well, you need to develop them. And the best way to develop leadership skills is find out what your people really want towards the end goal. And when you can do that, when you can see what leverage you need to have in order to help that person achieve their personal and professional goals, well, then you can lead them. You hopefully have enough experience in your life where you can make decisions that will impact everybody for the greater good. And if you've got thrown or thrust into a leadership position, and you're wondering like, what do I do next? Hey, do something. Do something. Make a decision and take action. Become aware of where you're at, identify, decide what it is exactly is that you want to go or where you want to go and how you're going to do it, and then take immediate action. Pick up the phone. Go straighten something out. Go create an environment where people are willing to do stuff for you that's going to get the end mission done, whatever it is. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you have all dressed up and nowhere to go, you're going to have to start engaging in activities and control the things you can control. You can control your positive attitude. You can control who you're going to call. You can control how things are going in your house and where you want to focus things out. When you look at your life, you have to realize that you are in control of your own thoughts and your own actions. Don't play the role of a victim. And for God's sake, right now with everything going on, try not to add fuel to the fire. Be lighthearted and put people's focus in the right direction on what's really important. And that is to get outside of your comfort zone and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.